Today's stories include Fortnite creators are gonna be able to sell things in-game, Nintendo goes after video game mods, and Cyberpunk's sequel could include multiplayer. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Friday, September 19th, 2025. I'm Roger Picorni. And today I'm joined by the GOAT, the man who blocked me on a cell phone, Snowbike Mike.
I did block you yesterday. I forgot to unblock you today. We're in a really good mood today.
Yeah, we're good.
So I will unblock you.
Yeah, you will eventually unblock me.
But I was mad at you at the microwave yesterday during work.
Yeah, you definitely did block me because I was shadowing you, which means not what you think it means.
Exactly.
It means that I was acting like Shadow.
You sonic shadowed me.
Yes, and that means I was working. I was just working. I was just at my desk working with my headphones busy, and then you got uptight like a small child playing a redacted game.
I had things to tell you about it, but I have a lot of fun things to tell you about.
I mean, tell me some of it. I'm excited.
Roger met a god last night.
Yeah, you opened up this morning with that, and I kind of got scared that this was the moment that you were going off the rails.
This could be a bad moment.
Yeah.
Roger, there I was. Okay, let me take it to a different time. Last night, around 9 o'clock, I walked out of Gym 7, earning my 7th gym badge in Pokemon Emerald. And I walked out, and all of a sudden, there was a stir.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of jabronis in red walking into the Space Science Museum, and I said, what's up? What are they doing? And I followed them in, and it turned out to be Maxie and his crew with Team Magma trying to steal some spaceship fuel. And I was like, what do you want this spaceship fuel for? And they're like, Mike, we're trying to send this thing into a volcano because our boy Groudon, he's not there anymore. And I was like, okay, hold up, Maxie. We're not taking spaceship fuel and rocketing it into a volcano here. So I slapped them around and said, chill out.
Yeah.
Then I walk out, and all of a sudden I get a call. And they're like, Mike, you got to dive into the depths of the ocean. And so I go down there. Who's there? Archie and his crew with Team Aqua. And they're trying to awaken a giant whale monster. And I'm like, what are you doing down here, Archie? And he's like, Mike, I got to wake up this whale because my goal is to get the whale to start summoning a bunch of rain, and we're going to make the whole world water. And I said, Archie, that's not a good idea. Let's chill out. So I slapped him around. Then all of a sudden, he gets a call from his crew. And his crew's like, yo, Archie, it's raining hard up here. And he's like, well, that was the plan. And they're like, no, it's raining so hard that it's going to flood all of the Hoenn region. And I said, Archie, what kind of service are you rocking? Because I don't know how you're getting phone calls in the Mariana Trench when I can't get a phone call in my own gosh darn basement. He didn't tell me what provider he had. But then I left him. I get up to the top side, Roger, and out of nowhere, I see these two mythical beasts just bumping uglies.
Brett and Link?
Okay. It's Groudon. It's gosh darn Kyogre. And they're banging into each other. And they look at me, they're like, yo, you got to go solve this. Go see your boy Devin. I walk up to this kid named Devin, and he's like, Mike, did you know there's a third god? Okay, it's not just two. There's a third one. I said, no, there's not a third one. That can't actually be happening. And they're like, he's at the Sky Temple. Meet me over there. This jabroni gets on his Pidgeotto without me, leaves me. Now I got to take my happy butt all the way down the coastline. I got to find the Sky Tower. Get this, Roger. I get to the Sky Tower, and Devin looks at me and goes, I unlocked the door, but I got to go back home. Good luck against this god. And I'm like, what? What's the deal, Devin? You're supposed to help me, right? Yeah. So then I climb up to the top of the Sky Tower. Now, mind you, Roger, I run into another one of these ball toy, these clay Pokemon out of nowhere.
Ball toy. That was the most quintessential Mike.
Who's making this, okay? And this jabroni out of nowhere wants to self-destruct on me and my Pokemon. You know, that's a dangerous move, Roger. That's how people get hurt. That's how you lose Pokemon, okay? And so thankfully, Roger, my grass-type Pokemon, tanked that to the face, okay? Don't worry about it. So then I get to the top of the Sky Temple, okay? And who's up there? This gosh darn green dragon. And he's not happy that I'm poking him. I poke the bear. He wakes up, and he leaves. Did you know Pokemon have cutscenes? The video game has cutscenes.
I genuinely would have. I thought that was like a new thing.
So you know,
that's crazy.
Pokemon had cutscenes back then because all of a sudden I get the most wicked cutscene. Yeah. It's a cloudy night over the ocean. The sky parts. A giant green light shines from the heavens, and out of nowhere this dragon goes and starts coming down. And he yells at these two legendary Pokemon. He yells, "Who touched the thermostat?" And he tells them to chill out. And Kyogre, the whale, starts to go back into the water. Groudon goes back to the volcano he came from. And Rayquaza looks at the camera and then flies away.
Does sound like a rapper.
And we saved the world. we saved the world, Roger.
Yeah,
We learned that it's pronounced Rayquaza.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry to break this to you, Mike.
Yeah.
None of that happened on stream. You did have an episode. All you were doing on stream was hitting the fucking purple skitty and listening to music and then just kind of like this. And everyone was a little bit scared of you. So wow, that's beautiful. That's good.
Thank you, Roger. I just wanted to
That's
inform
really
you of like what's going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
A pretty big deal.
But we have some more pretty big deals going on, specifically when it comes to the Fantasy Critic. You and I kind of teased this a little bit a while ago. I'm so happy this is Friday. Finally, the end of the week. We can talk about this. People have been holding us back specifically.
Yeah.
You're number one in the league right now.
Number one in the league. I'm happy to say I took the top spot, and I am ready. I'm looking directly at the number one spot in January. It's a big moment.
It's a big deal.
You know, I've had a lot of question marks. I had to start the season taking GTA 6. That sucked. Put me behind the 8 ball. Then
But smart, though. Imagine if it came out. Imagine if it came
But
out.
get this. I believed in the nerds. I called upon my friends who love JRPGs, and they put me on the right track. And we scored big this week with Trails in the Sky.
Trails
Chapter
in the
1.
Sky.
Ooh, ooh. If you love JRPGs, if you're a mega nerd like me, put your ones in the chat right now.
Ones in the chat, everybody.
Okay?
Ones
And
in the
then
chat.
Are you going to play
after-
any more of that game?
Who cares?
You know, I don't got that much time. Okay, and then after
He's
that,
hitting purple skitties.
After that, I had to lean on my best friend, my 1.1, my main man Roger, and I said, Roger, let's go cheat because I got one
We gotta
spot
cheat.
open. Let's figure out how to win this.
And
thing.
then also, fortuitously, Slay the Spire 2 got delayed to 2026.
Whoa.
Got to drop that. We both have open spots. So
We're the open spot boys.
We're the open spot boys, and we wanted to kind of give everybody a little bit of a sneak peek as to what we've been doing. A lot of snitches in the chat. A lot of people have been posting things on the Reddit, but we're going to give you the full
We see
breakdown of
what
what
you're
we've been doing. And we created a PowerPoint for you. Barrett, we've sent this
we
over.
have a
Thank you so
PowerPoint.
much.
doing
Are we
this
kicking the
against my
PowerPoint off
will.
to start the show?
Yeah, we got to do it.
I love this
We got to
idea.
do
Let's-
this. We got to
let's
do it.
kick off the PowerPoint
We
right
got to
now.
do it. Barrett, hit us with the next slide. We have one slot each. How will we use them? Let's go. We will be cheating, Barrett.
We'd be cheating.
We will be cheating.
I don't know if you guys want to be admitting this.
We
for
will be cheating,
The prospect
Barrett.
of next
We're
year.
on the phone call with Mr. Fantasy Critic. We're on the phone call with Paris Lilly. We're going to convince Paris Lilly to drop video games and just take zeros.
He's
Yeah,
not
the
going
rest
to
of the
do
week.
that.
He absolutely will.
Yeah.
He's talking about donuts. I'm like, hey man, I'll send you some donuts
We'll
right
buy
now.
you donuts.
We'll make
is right.
that happen
Anything
right now.
from Paris. We'll send him somewhere in the around the globe, whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants. Right out of the Kind of Funny coffers. We'll do it.
Yeah.
So we want to break down kind of the cheating attempt number one,
Yes,
right?
cheating
So
attempt
people
number
saw
one.
this on the subreddit, right? I was trying to get Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I was in the Fantasy Critic subreddit
Yep.
trying to make this a partial remake.
They added new book pages.
They added new book pages, what I
New
said. I
book
said the game
pages.
has new storybook pages. I think partial remake tag is fair is
in
what I
my
said.
mind,
an
if you're
insane
doing
person.
more reading, more remake.
More remake. And then Eggmond in the chat, who's just a normal person who's trying to help. They say they also said the games are releasing separately on the eShop, so they should be separate entries. And then I say, great call, partial remake on both.
That's a great call. Let's double up.
Double up, one for you, one for me.
Yes.
Then Elite Fusion, who I believe is the owner of Fantasy Critic.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out
Big
to
shout
Elite
out.
Fusion. Really deep in the kernels.
Really
working
helping us
really
out.
hard.
Don't butter
We're
this
really-
man up just to get
Amazing
him on
person.
your
We
side.
love him. Thank you so much for not
Elite
banning
Fusion,
us.
if you're watching this, we are so happy.
love you.
With your hard work, your diligence, you're just true nature to the game.
Making an amazing website, by the way.
Yeah.
Works flawlessly. It's incredible.
Great website.
They say, I'm willing to go remaster at the highest, but I honestly lean port/not available on FC at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oof. And then I respond, and then Soul responds, partial remake because of new pages is way too much. I think remaster makes sense
Wow.
since it seems to be mostly a visual upgrade. And then I had to respond with, yeah, but those pages seem very important.
Very important.
Very important. That's a huge deal.
New
That's
lore.
a huge deal.
They're going to be talking about that
Yeah.
star, Rosalina.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna
What's
connect to
Peach
the
up
movie.
to?
We got. That's a remake right there. And then Elite Fusion hits me with, your arguments seem to be in bad faith.
Hey,
I mean, that's your entire
hurt.
play here.
Now that hurt
This
me.
is doing bad faith
Wow.
shit.
That really hurt
Bad
me.
faith.
Good.
Bad faith.
I've
bad
never,
faith.
I don't think I've ever said that to someone, nor has anyone said that to me before. That's a new
They
term for
should.
me.
They should. We should be checked sometimes, but bad faith, oof, tough. You know what I mean?
That's a new
So I
term.
responded, that hurt me. that was a GIF right there.
Wow.
That hurt me right there.
Hit him with the
so
GIF.
then,
Jesus.
so then Mike messages me privately. He sees
Yeah.
the war that I'm going through, and then he says, "What should I write to help you?" LOL on Slack.
Yes.
And then here's what he gets. Mike, you want to read this one? You wrote this.
I wrote, "Hey everyone, Mike here. I'm of the mindset that if we add in a new mode, have new music, and change the UI, that's a partial remake. Open to thoughts."
Open to thoughts. Very nice.
I'm always open.
That's very
What's
sweet.
the new mode?
That's very sweet. Yeah, they have like,
Book opening mode.
oof. Elite Fusion hit us with, I'm good with remaster.
Okay, he put the
Aw,
judgment
shucks.
on that.
Aw, shucks.
Got us good on that
Okay,
one.
so, well, we have 2 open slots, 1 slot each.
Yeah.
So you and I, we got to figure out what we're drafting. And we're going to be drafting something this week.
Yeah,
this
that's
weekend.
been the big conversation piece. It's like, what are we drafting? How much time do we have left? We've been going out to the community, asking them for thoughts. We have thoughts. And so we wanted to let everybody know by next week, we will be locked in.
Yeah, we will be locked in.
We're going to make a big statement here today on this Friday's episode of what we're thinking about drafting. And next week, you'll get the update of what we've
And
drafted.
we'd love your thoughts on which one we should be drafting. So out of these 6, we are going to be drafting one of them
Yeah.
each.
Who's going
So,
first?
I'm going
Roger.
first. Pac-Man World Repack 2. This is one of the few video games that I had on the PS2.
Yeah.
It was from the $5 and under bin, and now they're remaking it apparently because we have no more ideas.
He's
And
repacked.
He's repacked and he's back. So this is definitely going to get me at least 5 points.
Does this count as a remake?
A lot of
Yes,
people would say,
definitely.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
absolutely.
Repack,
Repack, bro. What the hell? What the frick?
more gummies, more ghosts. This is a good time.
Gummies.
What are those green
Pellets, right?
What are we calling it?
Aren't they pellets?
Oh, that's what a hamster eats. Okay, let's elevate. Poor
Mike, let's go to your next one.
Yeah, Roger. Mine is Football Manager 26. My thought process is they can't cancel it again.
That's great. That's great. For me, Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition. They have remade the original Puzzle Quest. This game, the reviews are out. There are 2 reviews on OpenCritic. Not enough to get a score, so I think I can get in there. And one of the scores is 6.
If the reviews are out, you
One
can't
of the scores 6.5. The other score 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
So huge.
We
so
get
there's
3.
we can figure it out right in the middle. Right in the middle. I'm thinking it's going to land on
I
an 8.
like this. I like this. My next one, NHL 25.
Yes.
A lot of people talking about it right now. Revamped Be a Pro mode, new goalie crease control system. Who doesn't want to get up in the crease? Side to side, getting a glove on it, get a pad blocker on that. I'm feeling really good about NHL 25.
I love that. Yeah, of course, Netflix is releasing video games, and this is a video game television show, but when you really think about it, what is a video game, right? You have to press play to watch the thing, and this is video game related.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be in the Discord. I think we're going to make this happen.
They have a
And-
video game section.
yeah, they have a video game section. When I go into I can download Hades on my Netflix app, so why can't I download this? This is
Yeah.
technically a video game. So
Now,
Are you
here's a fun one.
interacting with it at all?
yeah, I'm pressing play. I'm pressing play and pause and skip intro.
I hear it's an interactive story as well.
Oh.
You might be able to pick what
Like
Sam Fisher
Bandersnatch.
does. Boom, boom, boom. That's called playing video games.
Oh, Joey Radstone puts out something interesting in the chat.
Yeah, what did Joey say?
NHL 25 has been out for a year.
Oh, damn, Joey. You sure about that? We'll check it. We'll double check
we'll
it.
check into
I'll
that.
hit up Elite Fusion. Now, $1 million idea for
Yeah.
Netflix because they have a gaming section. In the gaming section, it shouldn't only be about games. They should also have TV shows that are games. Go to the next
Here you
one.
go.
I have it on good authority. Ladies and gentlemen and NBs around the globe, Tokyo Game Show. My main man, Ricky, Kyrie,
Yes.
and Sora
Yes.
will return. They're going to get slated and dated here. You need to open up your heart, okay? Unlock your heart. Let the light out. Don't let the darkness in. And believe in me and Kingdom Hearts 4. It will be coming out this year. Elite Fusion, I'm picking it up on my fantasy team.
There we go. And if that doesn't work, Barry, we will be cheating. We're repeating step number 1 because we do have one more scheme that we've been going on.
We're
This happened,
scheming.
this happened last night, and this was a big one for us. figured out Disgaea 7 complete for Nintendo Switch 2. Mike, you wrote this, of course, so
Yeah.
why don't you start the
Barrett,
dialogue?
I wanted to get into the conversation. I wanted to start a dialogue. You know what I mean? Really, want to start a dialogue.
We are going to start a dialogue.
Just found this release coming out soon. I think we should start a dialogue about it. The site says, quote, Disgaea 7 complete comes packed with brand new features and content, end quotes. I'm thinking partial remake. Open to feedback.
Open to feedback.
I'm
That's
open
very
to
sweet.
feedback.
And then we had to get our number one authority in gaming to kind of come in here. And no, that is not Elite Fusion. That is our man, Nick Scarpino.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Nick Scarpino came in there we didn't even know he was in this. It was crazy. He just popped up out of nowhere.
I
Wild
can't
Nick
believe
Scarpino.
he's in the Fantasy Critic
He was
Discord.
locked in, bro.
He loves Fantasy Critic.
He said, yeah, I'm thinking partial remake.
Partial remake.
Damn, bro. That was crazy. And then Elite Fusion hit us with, oh, hey, kind of funny. This feels coordinated. I will do my due diligence. Due diligence, a.k.a. on our
I'm
side.
gonna look it up.
On our
I'm gonna
side.
look into it, and we're really proud of Elite Fusion for looking into it.
So find out
Take
this
a look.
weekend.
Hit our line. Let us know about that. Disgaea 7 in the Sky 7. I'm gonna draft it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think we're locked in, and we're gonna figure out what we're looking for.
What
this
has he
weekend.
promised you, Roger?
We're together. We're working together.
Yeah, this is a team effort.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you guys are on two different teams.
Yeah, but we share the trophy.
We share everything.
We're gonna share custody
we
of the trophy.
share everything.
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 Everything. We share this episode because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily, where each and every weekday we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, and now Spotify and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. A little housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. Today, after KFGD, you're going to get our Hollow Knight Silksong final review over on the Gamescast. That's very exciting. Barrett, you're going to be on that one?
Yep.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
dope,
yeah.
bro.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm very excited to hear what scores they give it. After Gamescast, the return of Game Showdown. Everybody get hyped. We got Greg, the returning champ, repping Team Blue, Tim representing Team Orange, and Team Purple returns with a mystery captain taking the helm. Hashtag who is Team Purple. You're going to find out today, and you might be surprised. You might be surprised.
Guest.
Big guest.
Mike and Roger had to
Huge
go
guest.
get Krispy Kreme donuts, had to go get bagels, had to get special coffee for this guest. We have a guest in the building.
Yeah. A lot of food for this guest. And then the stream is Pico Park with a stacked crew. That's a fun one. We're going to go crazy for 1 hour. Pico Park. Will I walk off again?
Yeah.
Probably. You guys are going to bully me. It's going to be awful. If you're kind of funny, remember today's Gregway is 15 minutes on Helldivers 2, Ghosts, and Home Depot. Just Ghosts in general?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. Today, we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Factor, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. 6 stories today.
Baker's dozen.
Oh, boy. I'm dry mouth today. I woke up this morning, 5 a.m., drinking water. Like 5 a.m., I'm like half asleep. I'm like, I need water in my mouth, right? I started drinking water. I have this exact a wallet at home. Drink it. Fall asleep with it open. Just spill all the water on the floor. Just
That'll wake you right up.
4 a.m., just fucking on my hands and knees, just cleaning everything.
I
So
love that.
I'm a mess today. Story number 1, Fortnite will soon let island creators sell in-game items and pay to appear in a new sponsored row. This is from Chris Scullion over at VGC. Developers who make their own Fortnite islands will soon be able to sell in-game items, Epic Games has announced. Starting from December, creators will be able to sell items directly from their Fortnite islands, opening up new ways to make money from their creations. Items sold can be either consumable, such as power-ups, or durable, such as weapons or cosmetic items, and traditionally remains within the confines of that creator's island, and aren't able to be used elsewhere in the game. Epic says that until the end of 2026, creators will earn 100% of V-Bucks values from sales made from their islands. Oh, wow. With this changing from 50% to 50% in 2027. Gotcha.
Oh,
that's a big
Massive
jump.
cut.
100% to 50%. Epic says V-Bucks value is defined by what's left after platform and store fees are removed. Meaning, during the period, creators are eligible for 100% of V-Bucks value. This works out to around 74% of the money spent on V-Bucks. As well as the ability to sell items, creators will also be able to spend money to have their islands featured in a new sponsored row, which will give them more visibility in the game's Discover menu. Epic says 100% of the revenue generated by the sponsored row will also go into the engagement pool until the end of 2026, after which it will drop down to 50%. According to Epic, the drop from 100% to 50% in 2027 is necessary to cover the costs of servicing the Fortnite ecosystem. Excuse me. Michael, what do you think about this?
Yeah, Roger, you read this, you think about this, and it is great that they are paying the creators because right now in Fortnite's world, it is about the user-generated content and what can the audience, the users, create to capture and keep the audience that is there right now. We know Battle Royale is still a big thing. They have Lego, they have Fortnite Party. They got a lot of things going on, but they're also making a massive push to having this world where users can create their own content, similar to Roblox, right? And this is great in my mind that they're paying users to say, hey, if you're generating the content, you can make money now, right? You can go out there, figure out a way to nickel and dime our players, and you can get out there and make some money, similar to what we're seeing in other live service games, right? And so I'm very happy they're paying players. The cut is pretty wild, but this is the way of the world and what they're trying to create.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I have actually done a deep dive pretty recently into Roblox and kind of like the back of like what's the most popular things on Roblox. And Roblox has a very thriving community of creators and creatives that are making games. Mostly, I mean, a lot of people like to make these games, of course, but it's a huge business model. You can make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of Robux, and people literally doing what Fortnite is trying to emulate here. And you go into the back and you see a lot of these games. It's like, oof, like this is very much nickel and diming, trying to get children to
This is targeted
just
at children here,
targeting
yep.
at children. Literally, like the definite. You think like YouTube is brain rot? Like this is brain rot. Like truly, like it is. Like okay, if I get this, then all of my XP goes up by 500%. There's like all these lights going. It's targeted towards children, right? And to get them to spend. So that's the side of this that I think always gets scummy and gets really tough, especially when Fortnite is going to start implementing this, and you're going to see a lot of these islands start to implement a lot of nickel and diming and a lot of like, hey, if you're going to want to be on this island, you're going to have to start paying in order to, you know, rack up experience points and actually have this thing. And I saw Christopher in chat asking about like, what do you do on these islands? Well, think about the islands, not as islands, but as entire game modes, right? Entire game worlds. Yep. They are really robust. A lot of them, especially in Fortnite, but also in Roblox, which is an actual video game editor, but Fortnite has now implemented a lot of that stuff, is extremely robust. Entire modes, entire experiences, entire worlds, like almost like mini MMOs sometimes, where these kids are there and their like entire lives are playing in this little subsect of it. And yeah, if you look at Roblox, you have games that literally have like almost 1 million players at any given time.
Impress is a big one that we can bring up recently. We talk about that gardening game. Like these are games within a game that are bringing in more concurrent players than most AAA and normal games that you on the outside audience would be playing and buying for $70, right? And so it's like, wow, there's a huge audience for this, right?
Huge.
And Fortnite and Epic know that they need to capture a piece of that audience. And at the beginning of it all is the creators, the creatives, as you say, Roger. It's like, how do you get them to buy into, I need to create and be a part of Fortnite? And that is, well, you need to allow me to make money off of this so I can put my time in.
And that's where I was getting at, right? Is that making it a financial positive for a lot of these creatives is only going to help Fortnite and their islands and their modes. Because I jumped into some of them pretty recently. I think it was actually it was a few months ago, and I just jumped in. I wanted to see what they had going on there, and some really robust stuff, some interesting, cool stuff. I saw this one, which was hilarious because it was like kind of janky, but it was like really well done. It was like a saw trap. So like they had like fucking Billy, the saw guy, the guy with the little, the puppet or whatever, running around. It was like a horror experience, but of course, there was no real like incentive to keep playing it other than the one time. So I could see this actually giving the incentive to these creators to try to make these living, breathing worlds that will only help Fortnite, hence the reason why they're giving 100% of the V-Bucks minus the the fees side of it. It's about 73% of the V-Bucks value right to the developers for the first year, because that's going to create a huge boom. It's very smart. It's a very smart and savvy business practice is to give it to them. Everyone's going to be excited. There's going to be TikToks going viral of like, if you're a creative, you got to be doing this right now. This is how you make $1 million in 3 months. As you do this and you do this, and people are going to rush to this thing, and then of course their revenue is going to drop. But honestly, at 50%, it's going to be a very successful. This is going to be people's entire livelihoods, and it's going to create put a lot of money into people in creatives' pockets.
On the positive side, right, it gives the creatives an opportunity to go out there and create, right?
Yeah.
You've always dreamt of having tools like Forge. Of course, you think of Roblox. There are so many ways. Dreams. Right now, it gives people an outlet to say, hey, if you've ever been interested in creating your own video game, you want to create your own piece of art, here's a toolbox to do that, right? At a very low entry price or even no price, where you can learn, create, and maybe even find success, right? And grow. It's hard out there in the job market. We see many of game companies laying off really talented people, right? And the idea that Mike and Roger out of nowhere could come in, learn the tool set, and make a game and find success. Anyone can do it. That's a wild world to live in right now.
Yes, and you're going to get the good and the bad with that, right? You're going to get people, as it already passed me in the chat, somebody said like they're going to just steal game modes and try to profit off that, which is literally what happened with Peak pretty recently, right? People were taking the Peak idea, they copied the artwork, and they put it on Roblox, and it was like the biggest Roblox game for the month, right? Like that's inevitably going to happen. I would love to hear Epic Games. I would love to see Tim Sweeney talk about what the moderation is going to look like, right? Is there any moderation? Because again, as I just said, they had a whole, one of the most popular Fortnite islands was based off Saw, and they literally had the Saw guy on the image. Like that's like definitely violating some IP right there.
Fortnite also made their own Among Us mode. Don't forget.
Absolutely.
Fortnite at its core made its own Among Us mode.
And they made their own
that.
Counter-Strike or whatever, right? So like they're not above that. But all I'm saying is that this is going to be the wild, wild west when it comes to the IP, when it comes to IP infringements, and also just basically like you need to make sure that the kids are safe here. Like there needs to be a way to make sure that children are not being taken advantage of. I would love if there was some type of rule set of like, hey, this is good for microtransactions. These are not good for microtransactions. Like some type of rules. Like I know it's tough to make hard and fast rules when it comes to so many different types of modes, but there needs to be some examples of like, hey, you can have cosmetics that look like this and like, that are incentivized for, people to buy, but then you can't have XP that is the only way that you can progress in a video game, right? Like there needs to be some rules, and there's some different things that I think kids gravitate towards more that are very, especially gambling and stuff, that is just so damaging to their brains, and it's never a good look for Fortnite to be associated with that. But it also makes the most money, so it's definitely a dance for them specifically. But I think as a consumer, we need to kind of be on their ass a little bit, and be like, yo, you guys need to be on top of this and be protecting these children.
It's crazy because like, when I grew up, right, when I was a young kid back in my day, Warcraft 3 was that outlet of like going to Warcraft 3 custom games and seeing people create Footman Frenzy, Tower Defense, like big RPGs. Dota with a MOBA was in that. It's like, I didn't think
Gmod was that for me.
I didn't think kids had that nowadays. And then it's like, oh no, they do, right? Like there is the Roblox now, Fortnite, having these weird custom game modes where people are creating and they're ripping off other games or they're creating their own stuff. It'll be interesting to see. Someone brought up like someone's going to make a MOBA inside of Fortnite. Yeah. Right. And I'm currently playing Deadlock and loving that, right? I would try that out. It will be very cool to see what the creatives bring to the table. What does find success? How do you use that sponsorship tool the correct way to be able to put up something so well done and get in front of a bunch of eyes? Or will it just be the slop, as people have been using that term lately, right?
Yeah, you're going to get both. You see in Roblox, you see Dress to Impress, which is a very impressive video game. Like, you watch that and you see what they're doing there, and people are going to shit on me in the chat, be like, oh, Roger loves Dress to Impress. it's a great game. Like you need to open your mind a little bit. Like you see that game, it's like that's pretty solid. That's a solid way.
Dress to Impress is very good.
It's a very good video game.
Very good.
It's a very good video game.
Get it right.
It's very, very impressive stuff. And then you're also going to get the slop that is just stealing from other people's ideas, and then it's just the bare minimum. Also, I want to point out somebody. LOV in the chat said, Roger doesn't know Jigsaw's real name. It's Billy the Puppet, and I said that. So
Billy the Puppet
is the real government name, so why don't you ban yourself a little bit?
I didn't know his name.
Watch all the movies with me.
There you go.
Story number 2. Nintendo says mods don't count as prior art as they're not full games, attempting to sway judge in Palworld lawsuit. Some Tom Phillips over at IGN. User-made mods should not be considered prior art, Nintendo has argued as part of the company's lawsuit against Palworld developer Pocket Pair. Nintendo's claim appears to be an attempt at blocking Pocket Pair from using popular Pokemon mods as evidence that the franchise's patented gameplay was already being featured in other games elsewhere. That's awesome. The argument put forth by Nintendo, essentially that mods require a separate base game to function, so therefore are not art by themselves, has raised eyebrows across the games industry and among Pokemon fans alike, with many suggesting it could have far-reaching consequences if accepted by a judge. Writing in Games Fray, which first reported the development, games industry reporter and legal analyst Florian Muller described the suggestion that gameplay ideas or innovations featured in mods were not viable as prior art as something that showed, quote, utter disregard for the enormous creativity, end quote, of many mod makers. Additionally, and perhaps more concerning from a legal perspective, if accepted, the ruling could potentially open the door to mods being considered, quote, fair game for patent thieves, who could swoop in and incorporate the same ideas into full game releases, which would then be protected. Quote, patents are a special monopoly granted by the governments of the world to encourage creative invention. Business lawyer and creator of the virtual legality podcast, Richard Hogue, told IGN Today. If something already exists in the world, some new person is not allowed to claim they invented it and get that protection. Quote, we call everything that already exists prior art, and it would be ludicrous to exempt any piece of game design from that category simply because of how it stood up in the software. The mechanism for access shouldn't really matter. It exists. It makes things like it in the world non-novel and thus not subject to protection. We don't give out monopolies to second place. Will Nintendo succeed with its claim? Mueller suggests it's unlikely, as courts typically reject any attempt to narrow what can be considered prior art, with Nintendo taking an extreme position here. But time will tell, as the lawsuit shows no signs of winding down. This is evil. That's me saying that, by the way, Roger Picorni. Mike, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's an important conversation. I'm glad we're having it.
No.
Big conversation.
Yeah, it's an important conversation.
We gotta have it. Somebody's gotta have it. Somebody's talking about it.
I'm gonna start doing tests during these podcasts. I'm gonna throw in quotes there. I'm gonna say, what did I say during this thing?
I will say, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? Some people finally check Nintendo, maybe elevate on some of their game ideas, come out there and try to give us what we want, and they're like, no, stop that
It's
right
part
now.
It was part of our prior art.
Exactly.
You built off our ideas. It's like, no. I get what they're shooting at, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, these are mods of our IP, so technically we own those things. But it's like, no, that's not how that works. Someone took your thing and then added on top of it their own idea that is separate from your thing, and then now you're trying to be like, no, we own that stuff. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And
This is bullshit.
This is complete bullshit.
This is bullshit.
This is complete bullshit. And if this gets narrowed, we're going to be looking at a lot of issues here, but I'm hopeful that it doesn't. I'm hopeful that we are able to kind of move forward and actually see the people that are making mods as making their own piece of art, that they're just, this is their kind of palette, right? That's the best way to describe it, is that this is their palette is Pokemon Red, and now they've created something new and it's their own thing, and they should be able to kind of own that idea at the very least.
I find it funny that they are willing to open the floodgates on the definition of prior art in terms of like the mod community to try to fight this when Nintendo is so like uptight about any sort of outside usage of their IP. And then this, from what you read in the article, seems like if they allowed this argument from Nintendo, this would harm Nintendo in the long run. So, like, what's the fucking end game here, man?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your end game?
What's
Someone
your
should
end
look
game?
at him and just like, let's get down to it. What's your end game here? What are we really trying to accomplish here? Stop this bullshit.
I get chills every time you say, what's your end game to me? I get chills. We have a lot more Kind of Funny Games Daily to talk about, including some Cyberpunk 2077 sequel news. We'll tell you all about that after a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. You know that moment, the one when you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach, or on the roof of your car, or in that gas station miles away. We've all been there. Nick Scarpino once left a pair of sunglasses in Vegas, and I've never heard the end of it. It wasn't my fault, but now there's Shady Rays. They've changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, no replacements. So now Nick can wear his sunglasses without fear on urban hikes, at comedy shows, at the old folks' home, wherever. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's shadyrays.com, code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode is brought to you by Factor. Fall always feels like a reset. Between back to school, busier routines, and shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. That's why I love Factor. Their chef prep, dietitian approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. Factor removes the work and gives me a delicious, healthy meal in mere minutes. You can choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, and for the first time ever, try Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. Eat smart at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off and use the code kindafunny50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That again is code KINDAFUNNY50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with the code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you, everybody. Story number 3. Cyberpunk 2077 sequel looks set to include multiplayer years after Cyberpunk 2077 online mode was scrapped. It's from Tom Phillips over at IGN. CD Projekt looks set to include multiplayer features in Cyberpunk 2 years after similar plans were scrapped from Cyberpunk 2077. A posting for the role of Cyberpunk 2's lead network engineer lists the job's responsibilities as including the need to, quote, develop and optimize multiplayer systems, including matchmaking, with an aim to, quote, address challenges related to latency, bandwidth usage, and server performance. Applicants will also need to work closely with game designers, gameplay programmers, and other departments to integrate network and features seamlessly. Mike, I think you should apply. The job description continued to play a pivotal role in designing and implementing the network architecture and online systems. As expected, the role is primarily based out of CD Projekt's Boston studio, where work on Cyberpunk 2 is now underway, while the company's Polish team focuses on The Witcher 4. So I didn't know they had a Boston studio. That's sick. I had no idea.
Now you do.
That's awesome. While CD Projekt is yet to confirm Cyberpunk 2 will feature online gameplay, the developer did spend years experimenting with the possibility for the original Cyberpunk 2077. It has previously said it wanted to eventually bring online gameplay into all of its franchises, and specifically said it was considering multiplayer gameplay for Cyberpunk 2 in the past. Michael,
Yeah, this sounds like a world and a franchise that I would like to exist in past the single player content.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was ever a discussion of what that multiplayer content actually was. My mind, of course, quickly jumps to Red Dead Online, GTA Online, right? Here's this giant open world.
that'd
There's
be
normally
crazy.
single player. Hey, what if I threw in 20 people and you and your friends ran around as crazy cybernetic robots and did fun missions, shot each other, and drove through the streets of Night City? Right, like that seems like an instant win of like what that is. If it's more of a hey, here's a team arena multiplayer, 5v5 team or death match and stuff like that, not as exciting, but like a smaller suite, probably maybe something easier to create. You would think than going full open world with 30 people in a world.
Fair.
I worry about if we ever see Nick Scarpino again.
Yes, that's
That's my
Chris
main worry,
Anka,
and I think they
Nick
need
Scarpino.
to.
Think
The
about
team
him.
really needs to consider that.
Yes.
Is the livelihood of Chris Anka and Nick Scarpino if they make
will,
a
they will
online
fuse into
mode.
one. It will be
Yeah.
scary. My brain goes to co-op. Would that be it? Would it be some form of like, hey, you could play the entire game with
It's like
somebody?
a Borderlands 4-player
Yes,
co-op.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can drop in, drop out with your friend. I know it's a little bit weird, but I mean, I don't think out of the realm of possibility what they could be doing in terms of like just playing and running around Night City with your friend. I think that is what makes sense to me and is exciting to me. But also, again, Mike, you know me. I'm just so excited about the idea of free for all in any video game.
Anytime. I know you love free for
Anytime.
all.
You put free for all in front of me, I'm playing it. So the idea of me running around in Night City, free for all, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So fun, dude. So
Oh my
fun.
God, Night City and The Witcher?
Yes.
Like both of these worlds having a multiplayer
fun.
online component to it sounds awesome, right? Like the
Yeah.
idea of what could be. These are games that people love, worlds that people want to exist in. These are games that normally you play through the single player part of it. You either put it down, maybe you fall in love like Nick and Chris, and you keep playing it again. Or a lot of it is like, hey, I did that. Now it's done, right?
Yeah.
And these games take a long time to create, a long time to get to the next one. How do I keep players in it? What is the offering that would have them continuing to enjoy their time in these worlds? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fun ideas there.
Exisa in the YouTube chat brings up Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer, and I think that's an interesting way to
That's a
go about
good
it.
one.
Maybe having its own, hey, this is the main single player story. You can only play it as one person, and then here's its own expansion that you can play with up to 4 friends. You're maybe doing a heist. You're running around. You're like that is its own designed situation there. That to me would be the perfect world for something like a Cyberpunk 2, which is they're all about experiences that are focused in, that are honed for a single player person. So creating that for a group of people, like up to 4 people, would be kind of the ideal situation.
Yeah, Ghost is a great one to point to. You can bring up Mass Effect, had
Yes.
a sweet little multiplayer suite. So did Dragon Age
Was
as
it
well.
sweet? Did people like that one?
If you were a diehard fan like me, you enjoyed Mass Effect 3 multiplayer.
What was
okay?
it?
It was more. It was like a smaller kind of horde style mode.
Okay.
It wasn't like it wasn't Ghosts with Legends, and it wasn't like this giant open world. It was a smaller horde like mode, is what I would describe it as.
God, we got to bring back Horde.
Round based horde mode. Yeah, that's what it was.
I love it.
I mean, like, yeah, there are some great options here, and these are 2 incredible franchises that I want to exist longer in than just a single player.
And
content.
I wouldn't say I have like 100% hope, and we did that for Cyberpunk. We're like, man, this is gonna be the greatest game ever, and then that launch was what that launch was. But I do have high hopes for them, and I think that they are thinking about it the right way, and they learned a lot after Cyberpunk. I don't think that they're gonna shoehorn in some multiplayer. I think they would do it in a way that feels genuine to those franchises and expanding upon it rather than just kind of. It also makes sense because these are like proper franchises now. Like Cyberpunk has the anime, Witcher has the show. Like people want to live in this world, and even when the game comes out, even when there is no content, there's content outside of it. So people want to come back to that game all the time. So having a multiplayer option for them is very smart.
We just existed with GTA running the globe for 10 years with GTA Online. I'm sure all of these giant open world games are looking at it going, how do we get a piece of that as well? And we have such a hit here with those 2. We got to figure this out.
Story number 4. A GTA history class is coming to an American college ahead of GTA 6's release. It's from Evan Campbell over at GameSpot. Starting in January, students at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville can take an American history class focused on the Grand Theft Auto series. The course was reportedly planned to include GTA 6 before it was delayed to May 26th, 2026. IGN spoke with the professor, Tor Olson, about the class that's officially called Grand Theft America U.S. History since 1980 throughout the GTA video games. The teacher discussed how popular video games can mold our real-world views, like Ghost of Tsushima with feudal Japan. With that in mind, quote, the class is much more about American history than the games themselves, but GTA provides the framework that structures our exploration of the past. Allison said, My hope is that after that class, students will never look at these games or modern America the same again. Allison is, quote, perhaps most excited to use San Andreas as a teaching tool from the GTA series as it's set in a fictional Los Angeles. Quote, it's probably obvious to many that this drama is an allusion to the LA riots of April and May of 1992. One of the most significant turning points in contemporary U.S. history, but also one that is widely misunderstood. Professor said, explaining the origins and meaning of this violent convulsion is a key goal in my class. All that said, actually playing the GTA games isn't required for the history course. Allison doesn't want to put financial burden on students and instead will showcase gameplay during class time. The professor will also believes this college course is the first of its kind, with only Wilfrid Laurier University in Canada offering a GTA-related class before, though not history-focused. This isn't Olson's first time utilizing a popular game franchise for a history class. In fact, the professor used the Red Dead Redemption series to tackle U.S. history between 1899 and 1911 previously. That's cool stuff. I always like that stuff. I remember, I think it was around the time of To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar's album, that a teacher was trying to do like a class about that album, but using it as like a poetry and like a way to kind of teach kids about poetry and all the illusions inside of that album, and kind of making it about that as like the entry point, and then branching off into something else. I think that's a smart way to go about it.
How do you connect with these kids from different generations, and what are they interested in? How do you use that to better teach them and show them things in these different curriculums? And it's like, I read that and I go, that sounds lit. This sounds like something I would sign up for, or I would love to just see, right? Hey, I hope they film all this, put it up online months later, and let us click through this, because I would love to hear what this person's bringing. Yeah,
that for sure. And I think also it's interesting. I want to see what that class is, because I think there's a few ways you can go about it, right? You can use it as just like, hey, here is like the way that they're depicting it, and then also here's like the reality of it, comparing and contrasting. Or you can also do this as like an English study of like, hey, like or art, and the way that we parody a lot of these situations. And it's interesting that this is a history class, but you can also use this as some type of media class or arts class.
Yeah, someone in the chat, I lost it, but someone said this is also kind of a media literacy course as well, which I think, especially in the video games section of media, I think a lot of people need. So I think that's actually really rad.
I love it.
Yeah. We're taking you to Canada, Mike. You're going to go. I mean, no, it's not Canada.
Mike, all you have to do is apply for college at Tennessee. Rocky Top. I would look great in volunteer orange. Oh, Rocky Top, baby.
Stop saying
any day. As long as I can be there during the fall quarter, because I love to be there
Rocky
for
Top?
Yeah, I was going to say stop saying Rocky Top.
For some Tennessee football, baby. I'm trying to be there for some Tennessee volunteer football.
Stop saying Rocky Top.
I could also be the quarterback if you need me. They have a good team right now, but like
you ripped your hamstring.
I could still
you ripped your hamstring.
Throw that thing.
Story number 5. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk Studio debuts its next game, Hyperfunk, some David Carcelol. At WCCF Tech. Let's see the teaser. Like, look at this. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. Looks like a little jet set radio type deal. Ooh. Whoa!
Okay, hit us with the beats here.
Okay, so he's running around. It's a rollerblade or roller skating?
Aggressive inline skating.
Oh, and you have
with BMX
bikes. And we're skateboarding. Oh shit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this got the stuff.
He's going
Ooh,
so
the
fast.
logo's coming in. The logo's coming in. Very Y2K. Yep, it's coming in. Oh.
Okay. We're taking our time on this one.
Yeah, we're taking it. Oh shit. Damn, don't like that. Team Reptile, though. That's sick.
Team Reptile's a cool.
Little more about the game. Let's skip around here. Quote, Team Reptile's new game is called Hyperfunk. The post reads, an extreme trick and graffiti game in which the higher your combo score, the faster you can boost. Follow the story of a crew called Mach 10, MACH 10, and compete with the other crews in dynamic style wars or hang out online with friends.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that. A little more about the game. Hyperfunk, which looks to be another fast-paced, music-infused combo field-focused rush. It'll be coming to PC and consoles when it's ready. But at the time of this writing, no release date or release window has been announced. Exciting. Cool stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Cool stuff. And this game seems like it's going to be big. Seems like there's a lot of different stuff going on here. A lot of different BMX, skateboarding. But Mike, if I wanted something smaller, say this tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
Roger, I take you to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Hey. Wii News. Story number 6 from Kotaku. Battlefield 6 reportedly contains not 1, not 2, but 3 Limp Bizkit songs, according to a new Battlefield 6. Wow. Limp Bizkit. Shout out.
I learned a lot about Limp Bizkit because it's kind of funny, you know that?
Tell me one thing.
Well, I thought it was just one man.
Yeah.
A group.
It's a group.
That was just a man in the hat.
The red hat.
Okay.
He had a hat.
According to a new Battlefield 6.
Now he's got long hair.
Oh, really?
Could be a wig, but like you think
he's wearing a wig?
If it's long hair, he's got good looking hair. Well, I don't know. He wore a hat all the time. How am I supposed to know what his hair looks like?
That's true. You're bringing up great points. Sometimes I like shitting on you, but it was a great point. You make up great points. BF Bolton says these songs will be played on the radio when driving in-game vehicles, but EA has yet to confirm any of this. The songs are Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit, Making Love to Morgan Wallen by Limp Bizkit,
Whoa.
Battlefield, The After Party by Henry Jackman, and, spoilers, Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Is that a new game, a new song, or is that an old song? Did they make a song called Battlefield, The After Party for this?
Yeah.
Or is this a song that's already
When
existed?
did he make the song Making Love to Morgan Wallen? And is that the country superstar?
Who's Morgan Wallen?
A country singer.
Oh.
And is he making love to Morgan Wallen?
Also, just a reminder, just not just one guy. It's a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
well,
is the entire group?
No, I know.
Okay, wow. Okay, so we get some like battle tracks similar to Call of Duty recently in their games where you jump in the car and all of a sudden Chris Sanka is blaring some sort of war track that we drive down the street, get absolutely murdered in, and then the music cuts off. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, whatever. Cool.
This is one of those where it makes you think.
Oh, you know what? Battlefield did this back in the day.
Did
they
they?
had a few of these songs. I remember they had like cool music in there. They had like
Really?
clipping or something like. Oh, they had death grips. They had death grips. Yes, everybody. Yes,
yeah.
it's coming back to me. They had death grips. They had death grips from they had one of their songs on there, and that was a huge deal. Yeah, it was like maybe Hardline or something like that. It was like one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a
Hardline
huge deal.
fun.
That was a huge deal to Roger in high school. Never bought that game though. Mega Man is coming to Sonic Racing Crossworlds Season Pass and Nights. Post-launch DLC have been confirmed via box art. Cool.
Well, here's some fun stuff. You're excited about more characters, but
Yes.
I know how you feel. If you would like, go listen to Roger's thoughts and the discussion yesterday on the Gamescast where you guys reviewed this game. You talked about the characters.
Yes, we did.
What you want, how you wanted them kind of brought into it. Also, if you want to learn more about Battlefield 6, I played their largest map and a map coming back from after 16 years, Operation Firestorm, in one of the recent Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Which one? You have to click on all of them. Figure it out.
Good luck.
I think it was the one with Andy, and then it was in the Wii News section. It was way too long.
giving you the opportunity to go learn more about these.
9 tracks from Donkey Kong Bonanza got added to Nintendo Music. I wonder if it's all the Pauline stuff. That's
Nice.
sick. And Paul Walter Hauser joins Austin Abrams in Zach Krieger's, a lot of names, Resident Evil reboot. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's a lot of names. I don't
Paul
know.
Walter Hauser is great. He's incredible. He's also a wrestler.
Oh,
he does.
really?
Yeah. He's a wrestler. He's sick. And he's also, of course, he's a Stingray.
Oh, it's Stingray.
Stingray.
Oh, yeah. You put Stingray in everything.
Yeah, you put him in everything.
He needs a redemption after Fantastic Four.
He was not bad in that, though.
He was very hardly.
He's hardly in it. Yeah. They cut out a lot of shit.
Good.
That was just a weird movie for him to be in.
He was in The Naked Gun.
Yes, he was. He
The
was good
recent
in
one,
it.
I watched that. Yep.
You liked it?
I did.
Yeah.
It's a nice little movie.
You guys should watch it. Everyone should watch it. Everyone go support a
good
local indie film. Go watch The Naked Gun. And that is it for Wii News. We got some super chats here. Let's start off with a sad one.
Okay.
Icy Wiener super chats and says, yesterday I was diagnosed with an avocado-sized brain tumor, and removing it will likely leave me paralyzed on the left side. So I guess there goes video games. So could really use Greg pep talk and Barrett scalp routine. Icy Wiener, we love you. We see you in the chat all the time. We're sending you love. We're sending you support. And we're here for you. And yeah, everybody, go send some love over to Icy Wiener.
Yeah.
Thanks for reaching out and always being in the chat. You're the best. Moving on. Foxy Steve. In the words of the late, great Eddie Guerrero, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's what I've always said. Trevor. Super Chats and says, Blessing needs to step in and stop this atrocity. Okay, Trevor, you are banned.
Banned.
You're banned. That's crazy.
Banned.
Kebab says,
Just like you guys will be banned next year.
I think there's gonna be a revolt if that
There
happens.
might be a renaissance. We might become number
or,
one.
You know what? We make our own. Cooler people. Easy allies. Kebabs. How long until they're banned from the FC Discord? They love us there.
We're making friends there.
Yeah, we're making friends there.
We're leaving
a lot of people are like,
positive impact there.
Roger, Mike, Nick, how are you?
Yes, exactly.
We love seeing you.
Nick, who just sent in one message yesterday.
He comes in immediately and then drops that immediately.
Yeah.
Hyphus Shock in the chat says, can't ban the champs.
Can't ban the champ.
Can't ban the champs.
And we're double champs.
Immunity.
Again, that's not how that
Survivor.
works.
We've earned immunity. Can't be voted off the island today.
We have to win this because if we don't, we're out. Ricky the Platypus says, just finished yesterday's Sonic review. Shadow the Hedgehog's 2005 is my favorite Sonic game, and I was severely disappointed it didn't get a modern port in the year of the Shadow. Ricky, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying about Shadow. A lot of people have been giving me shit that I say that if they make a Shadow the Hedgehog game in 2025, it doesn't have to be like the original game. It doesn't have to be like the 2005 game. If they make a new Shadow the Hedgehog game as, like, I don't know, maybe it's like a Sonic Shadow Generations 2, it would do better than Sonic Superstars. It would do well.
That.
It would do very well.
I like that.
Dova Beats, birthday tax for my son, Leon, who turns 1 today. He's going to grow up with KF on TV all the time. I remember him napping on me in the hospital when he was only a day old watching KFGD.
Happy birthday, Leon.
His first words, gonna be a baker's dozen.
Resident Evil.
This is his first words, or just
Yeah,
a Leon
or like,
word?
what was Leon doing? He was 360 kicking people. He was yelling, "Where's the baby eagle? I gotta save her." What a game. Resident Evil 4. Played it. Played it.
Rick Al, stop the steal. Blessing, lay the hammer down. You're banned. Banned. A lot of people getting banned today.
Just like you guys next year.
That's crazy. It's crazy they would do it to us. Terry Huffman, I've been listening for a year now. You guys got me back into gaming. Beat Ghost, Ragnarok, and Astrobot, and 30 hours into the first Death Stranding. Woo!
Tearing it up.
Tearing it up.
You
got to be freaking it up those mountains.
Can I recommend Devil May Cry 3? Try that game out.
Let me recommend Shadow Generations.
Let me give you a recommendation.
Let me just lead
here.
you astray a little bit. Costa Super Chat says, either of you intend to play Sword of the Sea? I actually might. I actually might pick that up.
I hear you can beat it in a night to 2 nights.
That's
and
nice.
I like that length.
I like that a lot.
I like that. I like vibing out to riding my skateboard, my snowboard on some sand deserts.
Is it on Switch?
Some dunes.
I think it's just PlayStation. I would have to look into that. I played it. Yeah, it was like 3-4 hours. It was a great time. Lovely time if you love the vibes of Journey, but also love traversing on like a little sword skateboard. It's a good time.
Put it in my back pocket.
I remember one time I played Journey, and you know how they do the thing in Journey where you like a random person joins your game towards the ending
This
of it?
is where we get revealed that Mike's never played Journey.
Okay, well, spoilers, everybody. And I remember playing that game, finishing it, and then I messaged the person and said, thanks for the journey, and they blocked me.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
That's great.
Block you.
I mean, you did do that. You did block it.
You've been blocked.
Omega Buster says, love the jacket, Mike, looking very 1996.
That kid blocked you? That's hysterical.
It's hilarious. So mean. So deeply mean.
Thank you for the
It's
jacket,
like 3 a.m. I'm playing this game, crying a little bit, and the guy just fucking blocks me. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, the fuck? Nothing gets you happier than someone blocking me. Zeke Speak Super Chat says to jump in on Raj's comment, MFA holding poet teacher here. Rap and hip hop is maybe the strongest and best way to get kids, anyone really, into poetry. It's a crime to not teach it with Shakespeare IMO. That's a great call.
That's good.
That's a great call.
That's good.
That's a great
Another
call.
good one, haiku in review.
That's a great way to teach kids. Yep. Sing it.
In review. Haiku in review. Haiku in review.
Give me a haiku.
Yeah, you keep going. I'll give you one. Give me a second.
We can start Googling haikus. What is haiku?
What is a haiku?
Omega Buster, big news for us, Mike.
Okay.
Big news for us. Gives a super chat of $10. And I will say that number because
thank you.
I'm switching my Patreon to Mike and Roger Fantasy Critic Network. That's $10, 5 and 5 for us right now. We're going big. We're going big, everybody.
That's going to fund us.
That's going to fund us for the next year. And Kenny Kimball is the last super chat of the day. It says, any plans to play Space Jump? I don't know what Space Jump is.
Can we get a Google search on Space Jump, Roger?
Space Jump game. Looks like Jump Space?
No, they said Space Jump.
I think it's Jump Space.
Well, yeah, Jump Space. There's an early access trailer that just came out for Jump Space. So
I'm
I
assuming
assume
it's
that's what
Jump
they're
Space.
talking about.
Oh, this looks like
Okay, this is where you're playing with some friends, it looks like.
Yeah.
Have we seen this before?
I've never seen this before.
Okay.
I don't think so. It's like a No Man's Sky, but
Yeah.
Oh,
it looks like
whoa.
Starfield.
Starfield, everybody.
multiplayer.
Blessings here. I mean, blessings here. Jesus.
Greg's here. Greg's
I said
loving it.
blessings here. Is
Yeah,
blessing
okay.
here?
Put that down on the notes. We'll put that
Wow,
down.
that actually looks pretty good.
I love that.
Blessings here.
Blessing.
well, they made
We got blessing on the mind.
They put pineapple on a pizza. That's cool. I'm in.
What?
I made a
that's pretty
pineapple
cool.
pizza.
Space, man.
Perfect pizza slice is what it's called. Hell yeah.
Yeah, when you're in space, you don't got much going on there. You
don't
don't
have many
have the
options.
right ingredients. What are you gonna
Space
do?
rocks or a pineapple? What do you want to put on your pizza?
Oh wow. Okay.
Bring it
Jeff
on.
over here not doing a you're wrong, but also giving us advice. They said Roger, they you're wronged us twice, and they
Okay.
said the same thing. Roger, Mike, one of you should pick Tales of Zilla remastered for Fantasy Critic. It's a really good game. I looked into this. You can't do it. It's remastered. They've already decided it's remastered. We will be in the Discord.
We're in the Discord
we will
already.
be having conversations.
Great call
we will
out,
be
though.
making the great call out. We're writing
We're
that
open
down.
for a dialogue.
Big Bad Beluga says CDPR Boston was formerly the studio Molasses Flood. Yes, that is correct. The creators of The Flame and The Flood. I do remember this. Happening.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's a great
Cool.
call out. Red Hudson calling out my pronunciation of a Canadian name. Laurier is what I said. It's Laurier. Source, I'm Canadian.
Laurier.
Good call out. Kebabs putting in the details of all of the Bonanza music, which I appreciate.
Some cool tracks.
And then, Bander putting in something that I'm sure we will talk about on Monday. But yeah, that's it. Pretty flawless games daily, Mike. Jay, come on, bro.
It's Friday. We're ending the week with some good, positive energy for all of you. And you know what Mike and Roger always do here in Kind of Funny Games
We
Daily?
sing a song.
And that Kind of Funny.
Cheat.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Oh,
Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Set a reminder just so you don't forget. You have Twitch Prime. 30 days of Prime on Amazon Prime. That is Twitch Prime. You have Twitch
Thank you, everybody. Bye. Love you. Have a great weekend. Hang out for Gamescast later. Bye. Game Showdown.